All of us here thank you for everything you've done. For us, for the Wastes. We pulled together and got you this. It's the best we could do. Please take it, with our thanks. No, thank you. Don't even think of breaking into that. Now, I know I've never seen you in Megaton before. Well, let me guess. Just passing through, right? We get people trying to settle down here all the time. Anyway, if you're hungry, you came to the right place. What can I get you? I ain't heard much. Truth be told, I don't really ever leave the lantern. Too much work. Too few hours in the day, you know? Some people hate this place, but I guess that's their right. What the hell do they want out of life? Food, shelter, and safety. Works for me. Come back if you need something.
Here shall be stricken death to hear the thunder of his voice. Let the men, women, and children of the earth come forth. It is so good to see you again, dear child. Remember, the Church of the Children of Atom is always here for you. Salvation is attainable. Rays shower you, child.
Evening.
Hello there. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you for remembering. With everything that's going on, I almost forgot about it. You have no idea how much this means to me. Thanks so much. Oh, okay, well, anytime you find yourself back in Megaton, be sure and look me up.
Long time no see. You taking care of yourself out there? No offense. You seem okay, kid. But your friend there, well, I'm used to working in smaller groups. Come back when you're alone, and maybe we can work something out. Come back if you need something.
Hey, I hear you're that stray from the vault. Oh, I haven't seen one of you for years. Good to meet you. I'm Moira Brown. I run Craterside Supply. But what I really do is mostly tinkering and research. Say, I'm working on a book about the Wasteland. It'd be great to have the foreword by a vault dweller. Help me out, would you? I'm pretty sure I remember a girl coming into town with that about 10, 12 years ago. She didn't know a thing about the Wastes, and I knew she'd get herself hurt without some sort of protection. So I offered to armor her vault suit. Never saw her again. Probably died out there, poor thing. In a way, she gave me the idea to write this book. It's yours, if you help. Great! Just tell me what it's like to live underground all your life, or to come outside for the first time, or whatever strikes your fancy. Yeah, you wouldn't imagine how hard it is to replace that big light bulb up there, too. That's great for a foreword. Open with a joke and all that. Here, take the suit. Something tells me you might need it. That'll be good for the book. In fact, want to help me with the research? I can pay you, and it'll be fun. Well, it's a dangerous place out there in the Wastes, right? People could really use a compilation of good advice, like a Wasteland survival guide. For that, I need an assistant to test my theories. I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt because of a mistake. Nobody's ever happy when that happens. No, then they just yell a lot at me with mean words. Good enthusiasm! Now, I think the first chapter will have to be about surviving day-to-day dangers. Things like where it is and isn't safe to find food, the dangers of radiation, and how to avoid and even profit from dangerous landmines. Ooh, sounds like fun, doesn't it? Which do you want to do first? Well, food and medicine. Everyone needs them once in a while, right? So they need a good place to find them. There's an old super-duper mart not far from here. I need to know if a place like that still has any food or medicine left in it. Oh, great! Food is most important, but see if you can get medicine too. And if there's nothing to find, then just come back in one piece, okay? Sure thing. I'm an open book. What do you want to know? Oh, I haven't got nearly the experience in the wastes that you do. If I tried half of these things, I'd get my head blown off. At least you look like you can really handle yourself out there. All I'm good at is coming up with the ideas and fiddling with junk for caravans. I know, right? I figured instead of just helping out the caravans with odd junk, why not put my brilliant mind to work for everyone? And between my mind and your experience, this guide'll save 12 times more lives than those greedy merchants will. Well, I guess they do bring important supplies here and there. But still, I can help out so much more than the boring old stuff they do. Writing this book will make a huge difference. Trust me. So, how's the scavenging been? Got the food and medicine from that super-duper mart? Do you think I suddenly lost track of time or something? There's no way you've gone there and back in the blink of an eye like that. Good to see that old house finally found an owner. I have all sorts of items and themes for that place that may interest you. Some people don't like living in a boring old house. Purchase a theme from me, and I use all of my design abilities to set your place up in the manner you request. You can choose from the Vault, Raider, Wasteland Explorer, Science, Love Machine, or pre-war themes. Feeling a bit anxious, are we? Remember, once you buy a theme, you can't sell it back to me. Although you could always purchase a new one. Well then, let's make a deal. Sure thing. I'm an open book. What do you want to know? Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to help mankind survive and rebuild. It's important, and I need your help. It's a hell of a lot better than wasting my talents with the caravans, repairing cart axles and coming up with new ways to shovel Brahmin crap. Huh. Believe what you like, but I've got a gift, and it'd be wrong to not try to use it. That's the spirit, trusty research assistant. Take care. It's a big wasteland, but you know that better than me, right? So, how's the scavenging been? Got the food and medicine from that super-duper mart? Oh, well, could you get on that? Thanks. Absolutely. Good hunting. Come back soon.
Too fun! In all things, a calm heart must prevail.
We're back. Somebody open up the... Hang on. Something ain't right here.
Now try and hide from this! Too fun! Now try and hide from this! That was too easy!
Junk is... So, how's the scabbing been? Got the food medicine from that super duper mart? Really? You did? You did! Well, all right! Tell me all about it. So you're saying that they acquired a well-protected stash? I wonder how many other places are hiding treasures behind monsters. Well, keep what you got. Just traded for a big food shipment myself. Here, take a bit, my treat. Tastes kinda great after a while. Oh, and take this. It's an old food sanitizer. Just carry it with you, and it should automatically make most food and drink more, better. I still need to study a living specimen with radiation poisoning. I need someone to research how to travel through a minefield. And that'll cover the first section of the book. Which strikes your fancy? Well, that's what I need your help for, isn't it? I know lots about it from books, but I never seem to get a live example. Not for long, anyway. So I need you to get a bit of radiation poisoning so I can study its effects. Oh, not a deadly dose, of course. I can fix you up before that. Oh, but nothing beats a real-world example. And I have a new rad treatment I was just itching to try out on a live subject. But I guess you're right, and at least it keeps you safe and sound for later testing. Here's some spare chems for your help. Landmines are one of the few dangers out there that you can profit from. Disarm one before it blows, and you can sell it for plenty of caps. I've heard stories about a ghost town that's just full of mines. Traders just call the place Minefield. Sounds like the place for some field work. Get in there, get back, and tell me all about it. And could you bring back a mine for my studies? Oh, don't worry. No one ever goes there because they say it's a ghost town. And since ghosts don't exist, you can just focus on the landmines. I hear there's a playground in the middle of town. Reach that point and come back, and I'm sure you'll have some stories to tell. How are those hot little potatoes? Because, they're on the ground like potatoes, and hot because, they explode. Anyway, what's up? It's not just because they say the place is haunted, is it? Because that's no reason to avoid the place. Ghosts don't exist. But landmines do. Oh boy, do they. And that's what we need to study. Try not to die. How are those hot little potatoes? What do you need? Good hunting! Remember, I'll buy whatever you're selling.
You have something to say? If you insist, but do be careful. I can hardly repay your kindness while waiting back here.
Can't stand the sight of your own blood?
Oh! I had hoped you'd return. What now? with all due haste. And I shall follow.
How are those hot little potatoes? Or whatever. You know what I mean. My very own landmine! Oh, just what I've always wanted. Well, always since I sent you out on this anyway. Now, tell me all about it. What was it like going through there? What's it like disarming a landmine? Not quite as much of a ghost town as they say, is it? Good work staying calm and collected under pressure. It'll be a great example for the book. I know you may not want to see any more explosives for a while, but obviously you know your way around them. Have a couple rainy day toys of mine. And looking at this landmine, it gives me an idea. It's a terrible device that does terrible things, of course, but it's easy to make your own, too. Correct. And it's looking very smart. Very smart indeed. They'll be dazzled by our intelligence. Here, for your services, I've saved up quite a few stim packs. Of course you may need them. We've still got 2 more chapters to go. The second chapter is going to be a bit trickier, I think. It'll cover how to handle creatures out there, for better or worse. For example, repelling mole rats, learning about mirelurks, and when all else fails, how to handle being injured. So let's buckle down and get to work on this chapter. What's first? Mole rats can burrow into almost anything and cause a lot of trouble. So I figured I'd make a chemical repellent stick for people to shoo them off. But I need it to be tested before I put the recipe to paper in the guide. So I need you to find some mole rats and test it out a bit. It'll be easy. 1 tap with the applicator and it overwhelms their senses with a sort of feel-bad sensation. Then they're gone before you know it. You could test it out on just a few mole ratties, but for real testing, try it on 10 or more. There should be plenty in the tepid sewers downtown. Oh, I can't wait to hear how the repellent's working. Wow, it repels them that much? I can't wait for your full report. Have fun out there, okay? Oh, I can't wait to hear how the repellent's working. Just a few? Well, I'm sure it'll be good enough. So, how did my chemical repellent work? Safe and clean like a charm, I bet. Explosive, you say? That's kind of impressive, actually. In a horrible sort of way, at least. I guess it's back to the drawing board for that repellent. I wonder if I can make it into some sort of fuel. Anyway, I'll just take that. Oh, but for your trouble, here, have the leftover chems from working on the repellent. I'm sure you can find some use for them. There's a lot we don't know about Mirelurks and how intelligent and dangerous they are. That definitely deserves research. I hesitate to ask, but I'll need to examine the effects of serious physical trauma. I wouldn't ask if I couldn't fix you up afterwards, of course. And that should be it for the second chapter. Which do you want to check out? Mirelurks are a big threat in some areas, and knowing more about them can help people learn to avoid or even outsmart them. So I picked up this observer device to study them in their natural habitat. I need you to hide one in one of the spawning pods in their lairs. That's great. I recommend the nest at the Anchorage War Memorial. I knew a trader who talked about the Mirelurks down there. Just go inside and find one of their spawning pods, probably down near the water. Put this observer inside and get out quietly. And be sure not to kill any Mirelurks inside their nest. If you do, it could ruin the validity of the study. Remember, I'll buy whatever you're selling. So, are they intelligent? Do they have a leader? Some sort of king? Or priests? Or some sort of scaly community center? I'll bet most people would have just gone in there, guns blazing without half a thought. But not you. You're the best research assistant ever. I've been getting a good signal, but what do you think about them from your first-hand observations of them? That's very scientific of you. Personally, I wasn't sure if they were crabs or if they came from some sort of brine shrimp, perhaps. Some of these observations about their armor and camouflage gave me an idea for reinforced neutral-colored headgear. Here, consider it thanks for not interfering with them. Oh, speaking of which, take these. so you can continue to avoid them in the future. Great! I never get to study anyone who's severely injured. Not without them crying to be fixed right away or trying to bleed out and all that. But obviously, you can handle a lot of abuse. So if I'm ever going to find a good example of human anatomy and injury resistance, it'd be you. Next time you get badly injured, return here so I can examine you before I heal you up. I mean, you're going to get yourself hurt anyway, right? Wow, what a great research assistant you are. I mean, really, that's dedication. Demonstrating how to withstand pain by getting injured? Wow. When you're ready, come back here with some serious injuries, maybe a crippled limb or two, and I'll take notes and fix you up. I'll be waiting here with plenty of bandages for you, so don't worry. Just go get horribly injured. Oh, and be careful. Well, how do you feel? Oh, don't think of it as crippling yourself for me. Think of it as getting free treatment when you eventually end up getting yourself hurt. The info you're bringing back is great. Looking forward to more. Well, how do you feel? Well, lucky for you that I am. At least, pretty good. Good enough to fix this up, at least. You wouldn't happen to have a broken limb, would you? No? Well, never mind. Now, can you describe how you feel? Sounds like you know your way around a med kit. You could probably take care of yourself if I wasn't already here. Of course, since I am here, I might as well take care of you now. It's the least I could do. Ugh! How can you be walking around like this? No mess, no problem. Well, a bit of a mess, but no problem regardless. Here. You know, for the next time you get hurt and I'm not around. Correct as always. And your feedback's really led to a very smartly written book. Maybe too smart for some folks, I worry. Of course, if the reader can't be bothered to understand something important as a book on how to stay alive, then what can we do, huh? And in case those readers blame you for their ignorance, here's your payment. 2 big boxes of ammo. Now, on to the next chapter. The last chapter is a bit more esoteric. It's about the survival of humanity as a whole and how to rebuild society. Deep stuff, huh? We need to know how large settlements are formed, how to harness the old technology, and I'll need you to get ancient history from a nearby library. We're in the last stretch now, so let's finish it up strong. What's first? Don't be so sure. You'd be surprised how confused people get, even about important things. In this case, I'm talking about Rivet City. It's the most successful survivor settlement around, but no one here really knows how it started. Of course, that's why it's important to know how a place like that succeeded. So I need you to go there and do some researching. Oh, now I can't wait for what you find out down there. And check around to make sure you're hearing the real deal. Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started? Try asking around a bit. You never know who's collected a lot of information, do you? What do you need? Take care. It's a big wasteland, but you know that better than me, right?
You've helped me so much. It seems wrong to ask, but can you spare any more water? Are you serious? I can't offer anything in exchange, you know. I can just have it? For free? Thank you. Thank you so much. You've saved my life. Bless you.
What brings you by Rivet City today? Oh, it treats me well. I'm sure it will be even better now that we have the Declaration of Independence. Hopefully, we can add more to the collection and increase our foot traffic. Well, yes. Any document of historical significance would be of benefit to the Society. However, I am also interested in branching out. Perhaps some interesting artifacts related to our great country's history. Be sure and bring me anything you find along those lines. I'd be happy to compensate you once again. It's funny now that you ask. I can tell you all about the capital, but I really haven't got any idea about Rivet City itself. I can't see how important it is compared to the capital's history, but maybe Bannon might know something. He's in the governing council, after all. Well, I suppose that's goodbye then. Come again anytime. What's the big idea?
God bless you and keep you safe. I heard tell the place used to be run by raiders until someone cleared the whole place out, but I don't really know for sure. God bless you.
Why don't you look where you're going?
Just leave me alone.
I'm Tammy. Have you seen my good-for-nothing son lately? The little shit is usually up to no good. Figures. I'm going to the Muddy Rudder for a drink later. If I see you down there, you can buy me a drink. Get away! I've got enough to deal with without you wasting my time. Like I care.
You're my hero, mister. I want to be just like you when I grow up. Yeah, Dad built it to fight off the Mireworks. And Mom, she's like the Mirework queen. Whatever.
Welcome to the Weatherly. Mr. Buckingham at your service. This is the Weatherly Hotel. It's the finest establishment in Rivet City. Yes, sir.
Hey, we haven't met. I'm Bannon, proprietor of Potomac Attire and city council member. You should stop by my shop. What you're wearing is dreadful. Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business. Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes. A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative. Dr. Lee, Chief, I could... Disgusting, isn't it? Someone should talk to that boy. He has no business hanging around that tramp if he's going to be a priest. Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the Wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave? Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie. Later.
Cause any trouble?
What the hell do you want? History? What, not enough shit around here already? You need to dig up more? Don't know if it ever had an official start. It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes. No, I can't fucking well share one. What sort of moron are you? But fine. If it'll get you out of my face, go down to Pinkerton's shed in the broken off bow of the ship. If he decides to give you a history lesson, it's no business of mine. Now get the hell out of my bar.